All right. Okay. So, hi,
Hi,
Joey.
Bridget.
I'm Natalie from France. I'm from France.
You're from
And
France. You
yes,
sound, you sound American, but go on.
yes. So, it's an honor to be here with you. And I want to go start right away with the interview.
Okay.
So, my name is Nolly Dansley, and today I want you to meet one of the most amazing men who was able to turn like one of the like was able to turn a small factory into one of the world's most famous sport brand, Reebok. Please welcome this amazing man. He's the founder of Reebok, Mr. Joseph William Forster, well known as Joey. Welcome, Joey.
My full title, Joseph William. And I'm really known as Joe. My mother used to call me Joey, but normally I'm called Joe. I think my mother didn't like calling me Joe. I think she didn't think as a youngster. She thought Joey was better. But Natalie, thank you for the invitation. And yeah, be great. Let's have a call. Let's have a talk.
Okay, so I'm so it's an honor to be here, as I said. So my first question to you, Joe, is can you tell us how Reebok was born and become one of the world's most famous like sport brands? Although there were like others sports brands like competition.
Hmm. Well, how did Reebok start? Well, can we go back to 1895? That's my grandfather. 1895. He invented the spike running shoe. And so he set up his company as an athletics company making spike running shoes. And the one thing he did, he knew about influencing. He might not have known the word influencing, but he knew how to. He used to give his spike running shoes to leading athletes, and they would win races, and so other athletes would buy his shoe. Unfortunately, he died in 1933, and I wasn't born until 1935, but I was born on his birthday. So I had the same birthday as my grandfather.
All right, that's interesting.
Yeah, eventually I joined the J.W. Foster Company, which by then was being run by my father and my uncle. They were running the company, but they used to fight. They didn't speak with each other. And
Oh
so the
no.
company didn't, the company suffered because they didn't work together. And Jeff and myself, we did national service. I don't know if you know national service is that shortly after World War II, every male, every man had to go into the army or the air force for a short while. So we spent 2 years away from the company, and when we came back, we saw it was failing badly. The J.W. Foster brand was failing. We tried to talk my father into doing something different. We needed the brand to develop, but they were still making the same shoes in the 1950s that they made in the 1930s. So you can imagine they were not progressing.
Yeah.
But they wouldn't listen. So eventually, Jeff and myself, we had to leave the company and set up our own company, which was called Mercury Sports Footwear.
Oh
18,
wow.
18 months later, well, we were told to register the name. We found we couldn't register. Mercury was already pre-registered by another shoe company, so we had to change our name. Have you read the book? Have you read my book, Shoemaker?
No, I won't lie to you. I didn't read it yet, but I went to like Amazon and I saw it and I took like a little peek on your book, and it's the most popular book like you have written like in all the 80. I think I saw you wrote 18 books, and Shoemaker is the untold story of the this company, the small factory.
Yes.
And yes, it's interesting, but I didn't read all of it yet, but I just took a peek.
Did you buy it in English or in French?
No, it's in English.
Oh, it's also in French.
All
If,
right. But
if
I think my English is better than my French.
Oh, I see. Well, these days, okay, you're now converted to English, right? Okay. Well, in there, it tells the story of us changing our name from Mercury to Reebok, and there's quite a story in there. Probably much too long for the time we have here, but we had to change our name. We changed it to Reebok, and that's how we became Reebok in 1960. In 1958, we started our company, and by 1960, we were called Reebok.
All right. I have one question, like when I listen to you like that, the question that came up in me is like, because you said you and your brother, did you already know about like entrepreneurship, like things like that before you guys like said, okay, we're going to do that. We're going to work together. Our parents or my or family, my dad and uncle, they not there where we want to be, but we going to come together, you and your brother, and we going to be in an entrepreneurship. Did you know about that word already?
No, I don't think we knew that word at the time in 1958. All my brother Jeff and I wanted to do was to have a living. We needed to. The J.W. Foster Company was dying, it was failing, and if we were going to do anything for the future, we'd have to get a different job, or we have to set up ourselves as a different company. So we decided that we knew enough about running shoes to be able to set up a company. We also went to college. We went to college at night to
Oh,
learn more
wow.
about making shoes and in general to learn about the shoe industry. And that was really good doing that because we met a lot of people who became friends, but they also were so helpful because they were in the industry. So if we wanted a new machine for our factory we were going to set up, they could get us a machine. If we wanted materials, access to materials, they knew where to get materials from. So that was a good thing to do, was to go and learn more about shoes. And so eventually when we did set up, I had a lot of people to really go and lean on and ask questions. They
Yeah.
were very useful.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. So if I listen to you, like that was like it was in college, but it was like kind of already like branded yourself, like know people, and then people helped you with what you needed to go where you wanted to go. That's amazing.
Yes, and there's so many things that happen by chance. We worked for our family business, which was J.W. Foster. I'm a J.W. Foster. My brother's a J.W. Foster. But because the J.W. Foster brand was still operating, we couldn't become Foster Brothers, or we couldn't set our company up as J.W. Foster. So we had to think of a name. We had to think, no, we can't do that. We're going to be different than the family company. So we had to think, and we did like Mercury. Mercury was really good. And we had the winged messenger. I don't know if you know the winged messenger who's called Mercury. He's got wings on his helmet. And so the winged messenger, we thought that was a very good logo to have with Mercury. So we were
So, but
quite,
how come it's become Reebok?
well, it became Reebok because our accountant, after 18 months, said, you're doing very well, Joe. You're making some money. That's okay. You must register your name.
Right.
Well, we were only
Wow.
young. We were in our early 20s. We never heard of registering the name, and that was new to us. But we found, and I say I mentioned the book because the story in the book is quite interesting. We found that since we couldn't register the brand Mercury, we had to find a different name, and finding a different name was a challenge. But I found my name in a Webster's dictionary, and
Right.
and I won the Webster's dictionary when I was 8 years old in a race in Bolton. That's during World War II. I won the dictionary, and my dictionary was next to me, and I looked in my dictionary. I like the letter R. I love the letter R. I don't know why. I just like it.
Okay.
So
That's a lovely letter.
I opened my dictionary. The Webster's dictionary is an American dictionary. So
Oh,
spelling's somewhat different than if I was looking at the Oxford English Dictionary. And I opened it at R and I thumbed through until I came across Reebok. And I said, what's Reebok? Well, it's a small African gazelle.
oh,
We were a running company. Gazelle,
didn't
we were
know
a
that.
running company. No, there you go, you see. So we were a running company. And Gazelle, wow. So we wanted Reebok, and we managed to register as Reebok.
Wow, that's amazing story, Joey. I'm so glad you know why I'm so happy to be here with you. You may not know that, but I grew up like in a country, a very small country in Suriname. I'm not originally from France. I'm from Suriname. That's a country in South America.
Yes, yeah.
But you know, I grew up in a village, and then you know, village life is different from city life. So
Right.
we had to work really hard to get our money. And I grew up in a family of 7 with my mom only. There was no dad.
Oh,
So the first time I like my mom gave me money to buy my own shoes to go to school.
hey,
I choose a white Reebok shoes, a sneaker.
good on you.
And I liked it. I don't know why, but I like that like Reebok, the name. I don't know why, but always when I went to buy a sneaker, because I love to wear sneakers, it will
Mm.
always be Reebok in the beginning, like in my 20. So when I heard your story, like the founder of Reebok, I was like, no, I need to meet Joe. I need to meet him. So thank you so much for that. I liked it back then, and I still like it, but I didn't even know one day I would be here with you. Like, yeah.
Right.
And you know what, Joe? I'm like I would like to ask you, because Reebok becomes such a successful like sport brand in the business world. So what were there moments where you feel like gave up or something like that?
To give up?
Yes, when you were like in all this uh growing this business, changing everything.
Well, no, because we were having fun. We were having a lot of fun with this brand. And even though there are tough times, and there are tough times and things go wrong, yeah, we were only 4 years into our brand when we got a letter from Adidas. They didn't like our silhouette. Our silhouette was 2 stripes and a T-bar. And the Adidas lawyers said that was infringing the Adidas 3 stripes. And we were a little upset. We were only a small company. Adidas are huge. But after a very, very short while, we was like, just a minute. Adidas know we're here. Adidas have written us a
Yeah,
letter. Wow,
yeah, that's
that's
the
great.
point.
Yeah, what do we do? Well, we just changed the silhouette.
Yeah,
That's
because it was like more like you saw it in a positive way, and that's all we need.
yeah.
Because you could have you could have seen like, oh, that's negative. Oh, Adidas is so big, and I'm just a small company. No, but you took the positive way, and that's what I like.
Well, what we developed, really, what we did develop was we learned that challenges and problems are really opportunities.
Yeah,
They really are opportunities, and we used to. I don't say we enjoyed getting problems, but we were not worried about problems. We thought this is another opportunity. And so we used to think about it. How do we turn things around? And we used to turn anything around. If it was a bad thing, we would attack it to the point of saying, well, how can we change it? How can we change somebody saying bad things about us? We used to make a point of finding out who they were and meeting them and talking to them, finding out what the problem was. And eventually they were the ones that would say so many good things about your business, because they were the ones that were willing to talk. So they would talk good about your business. So we always found that problems, opportunities. Use.
wow. Wow. Thank you, Joey. Thank you.
Thank you.
I have one another question to you, because today a day we have like so many little entrepreneur. They can be online entrepreneur, or they have their own business, like they have a place where they do business. So
Yeah.
my question now is, what would be your advice to all this, including me myself? I'm an affiliate marketer, but I need your advice also. So what would be your advice for all these entrepreneurs? Can be a big one or small one, can be online. What would you say to them if they have a business that it's not yet where they wanted to be.
Well, you've got to keep on attacking the business, but you've got to have fun. You've got to be enjoying it. Yeah, the main part about this is enjoy it. If you're enjoying it, you'll eventually find that white space that Reebok found. We found white space. You've got something. It's where can I make that difference? Where is my white space? And keep on thinking there is that little space for me, or I can make it. Technology changes. There are different things that we can look at, and so it's really keeping with what you're doing. Make sure you have fun whilst you're doing it. Be willing to pivot. So it's that openness, an open mind. You need an open mind, and you need to listen to people.
Yeah.
Listen to people and build. If you're building a team, build a team that shares what you're doing. Share
Yeah.
everything with your team. And if the team enjoys it, you will enjoy it. Everybody will enjoy it, and it will be successful because you have a smile on your face, and people love to work with others who could smile, who can show they're happy.
That is so amazing, Joey. You talk about branding like that's a business need. If you have a business but you don't know how to brand your business, or you don't look for a way to do that, um, it's like you have something you are working on, but you don't know where you are going. So thank you so much for this advice. And I hope that everyone that will maybe see this interview with you will learn something from it, and that they can take with them and change maybe their business to become successful as Joey with Reebok.
Thank you very much. Yes, thank you, Natalie. Great.
So now I would like to go back. Like I really like the point that you also are a writer. So
Yes.
this book, your most popular one, Shoemaker. I wrote it down. It said the untold story of the British family firm that became a global brand. Why is this particular book so popular, so special?
Well, when I stepped back from Reebok, we didn't have computers. We didn't have smartphones. And I've been sort of relaxing in Tenerife, and then we got computers, we got Wikipedia, we got Google, and they're telling me how Reebok started. It took me a while reading this, but eventually I decided I should put the story straight. So I wrote the book to put the story straight. And so that's my story, a story of Reebok, but it's been picked up now as a business book. There are a lot of problems we solved, there are a lot of opportunities were there, and the story is about, the struggle that you need. It really was a struggle, and people starting off in business, they read it, they could say, well, we're not the only ones to have problems. Yeah, Joe had a lot of problems, and let's read the book and see what happened. So that's it. That's Shoemaker. And we're finding a lot of people do find it interesting, because a lot of people today are looking to work for themselves or to find a different way of making money. And I've got a spotlight message here. Please wrap up. So that's great.
Okay. So thank you so much, Joey, for all this, for having a wonderful time with you. It was really like 50 minutes goes like 5 minutes, but I really enjoy being here with you. I could have stayed here like the whole day talking to you. I wouldn't get tired. But you know what people say? Good things come to an end, and I think we arrived to that point. So do you have a final word to everyone that will see this interview, Joey?
Well, my final word is, whatever you do, have fun. Enjoy your life, because you only get one chance at this life. So enjoy it, no matter what you do, and be willing to change if you need to change. Don't try and make something work that's not working.
Wow. Thank you so much, Joey. It's
Thank
a
you.
pleasure and an honor to meeting you and to have this interview with you. Thank you.